Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where the number of fronts is starting to get a little bit spooky here. We have managed to mostly clean up the Indian front. Unfortunately for us, they've started up, or actually this didn't start a landing, these guys joined the war. They weren't previously in it. Our Marines are making their way around, and it looks like we're not going to get cut off here. So that is absolutely great. I don't think they have enough troops to stop even just our Marines from taking this over. So that seems good. Now, over in Prussia, we have a bit of a supply issue. I've already motorized this supply hub. However, I have a sneaking suspicion that our rail line through here is not going to be sufficient. So let's upgrade this rail line. Oh yeah, that's only a level 2. We definitely want to upgrade that. I want to upgrade this one as well. Something along the lines of that. And we may want to get started on a supply hub around here. I'm just wondering, this is probably a supply hub, isn't it? I don't think we need one here, if there's one here. We just have to make it across this river. So that seems reasonably fine for now. Apparently, the allergies are kicking in. Excellent. I also noticed that there is a small problem in Puerto Rico. It's controlled by Canada. So that's a thing, I suppose. However, with regard to Canada, our tanks are arriving very shortly, and Canada's not going to do too well once we have tanks here. I have a suspicion about that. If we can free up this front and get North America under control, that would be actually absolutely huge. That would free up a lot of our units. Similarly, getting this under control would be phenomenal. So let's see what we can get done here. We have forces on the way in. Oh, I also motorized this supply hub here off camera. I'm going to also motorize this one. But I didn't do anything else off camera. Okay, fantastic. So let's just make our way in here as best we can. We'll need to get supplies in here, but supplies down here is where the majority of that is needed, right? So that is absolutely something that we want. We want to push into Danzig as soon as possible. But it looks like we may be about to succeed in pushing them across this river. That would be fantastic. Netherlands has capitulated, and that is not surprising at all. We know that this is going on over here. Belgium joining the war threw a wrench into the works, right? And that is absolutely fine. We've got this relatively under control. I think we are going to get this dealt with. They appear to be running low on supplies. And we're just constantly attacking them here. So this looks absolutely fine. Schomburg Leap has capitulated, and this is a setback for Carpetania. Okay, yeah, we're not very concerned right now about what's going on in the German states. I'm much more concerned about this French border, and I'm much more concerned about dealing with Prussia. Speaking of which, we have some marginally successful attacks across this river. So if we're able to cross that river, that's phenomenal. We'll be very, very happy about that. Now, it definitely looks like we've got these guys on the run. That's perfect. Bangalore is going to fall very shortly. Yeah, this is completely under control here. I want to check in on Australia. I haven't actually looked at that recently. There's a lack of supply out over here. I'm not shocked about that. Okay. It's pretty hard to reach out there. I'll motorize this hub, but I don't expect that to be able to reach. This hub might be able to reach a little bit. We may want to consider building a new supply hub around here or so. So we'll get going on that top priority. That's fine. Down this direction. We've got these guys in kind of the same situation where they don't really have enough to advance. However, we've taken over this supply hub, and I'm going to motorize that up. So that should be absolutely fine. We'll continue to press through over here. This is looking okay. Yeah, we should have that relatively under control fairly soon. Now, this down here is irrelevant. I don't really care too much about that. So this is going absolutely okay. The main issue... Okay, Mysore has capitulated. That's these guys down over here. And that is absolutely phenomenal. We're going to have these guys move right on in. And yeah, there's a few units left over here. But we need to push in here, right? We need to get these units eliminated and get India fully under control with our Marines. That is the current mission here. And we'll have no problem doing that. Looks like it's already pretty under control, to be honest. So that looks okay. No problem there. Now, we do have some forces in Africa at this point. And these forces are very likely having supply issues. What is up with this hub? We're not getting a tooltip there. That's intriguing. Is it lacking a proper supply through Dutch South Africa? No, it shouldn't be. That said, that's only a level 1 naval base. We may want to increase that because that's the majority of our supply in this area. So we'll get that going. Absolutely fine there. Yeah, we can see there's a supply issue out over here as well. I'm guessing this is just supplies getting to the front via the naval base and via these railroads. So I want to upgrade at least a basic level of railroad through here. And that would end up connecting down this way. Like this. Okay, that should do the trick. Cool. So that seems reasonably fine. Have we made it across the river here? Actually, yes. Danzig is potentially going to fall very shortly here. That looks very good. I'd love to see Danzig actually falling, for the record. And it looks like it's going to. So the fall of Danzig is an extremely big deal here. This gives us access to the supply hub here and puts us across the river. I expect Prussia's defensive line here to crumble after we succeed this. And that's why they're bringing in reinforcements, of course. I want you to assist this attack. And I want you guys to assist this attack as well. Danzig is way more important than taking this bridgehead. Okay. So, there we go. Danzig has fallen. We just need to actually take it over before they arrive. We'll see if that happens. There we go. Danzig is under our control. That is huge. Checking in up over here. These guys are still fighting here. They don't have any naval bases here, do they? They do not. They have a huge number of units here. Canada has 29 divisions here. 9 Danish Nigerian Mountaineer divisions. 5 Great Britain Marine divisions, and 3 British Raj medium tank divisions. Okay. Well, I'm going to select all of these guys and tell them, get in here. We just need to chip through those supplies. They have no way to get supplies in. Where are you retreating to? Is Denmark in this war? Hang on. Denmark's in the war, aren't they? We should double check that. Yes, they're in a war. Whose side are they on? Wait a second. I'm confused here. Let's double check here. Denmark. Okay, Denmark is on the European Association side. So that's fine. That means that they can retreat across here. So with that in mind, we should probably change the offensive line here. And that should instead go down this way. However, I believe Schleswig-Holstein is in this. Is Holstein in this? Yes. Okay, for the time being, these guys are going to want to do an offensive line. I just want to put it here. Okay. So that'll be fine, and we're going to batter them back a bit. As far as Prussia goes, it's definitely not going well for Prussia. This is not yet connected to our capital. Okay. As soon as that does get connected, I mean, we're already doing pretty well here, all things considered. We're making a lot of progress here. I want to check in on Canada quickly. How are we doing up in Canada? Okay, so supplies are likely a bit of an issue here. No, it's just slow to go through the mountainous terrain. There's also this up over here. Okay. We should probably have a couple of divisions frontlining up over here. So I'm going to have these guys be assigned to a front line here. 6 divisions there. Okay. So that'll be reasonably fine for now. Now, it looks like our tanks have actually not yet arrived. They're just very slowly driving through these mountains instead of taking the railroad. Okay. So it'll take them a little bit to get there. That's fine. Now, Belgium is definitely making some progress down over here. That's understandable. I'm not too concerned about that right now. These guys have finished up. We may want to actually redeploy these Marines to help reinforce this front. And I'm going to do that. I feel like we need people over here. Prussia will fall eventually, and when it does, things are going to get a lot better for us. There's no doubt about that. But for now, we just need to delay them on the France side. That's all we need to do there. So this unit is going to go into here. That's our new division there. Cool. And then these guys are going to go in about here. Cool. Looks good. Okay, so we are working on reinforcing this line. Absolutely. And there's definitely some battling going on over here. Who is apparently assigned... Oh, this is our offensive line. Right. That's for these tanks. No problem there. So we're just going to continue to press in over this way with these infantry. We're mostly just holding this line. That's mostly what we're interested in. I want to get Prussia out of this as soon as possible. That's the overall goal right now, and it definitely looks like Prussia's defenses are in collapse at this moment. I want to make sure this is motorized, and we're going to get some more supplies up to the front. And we should probably make sure... Okay, these are all level 5 railroads up to this supply hub, so that looks absolutely great there. Okay. So this situation down here is fine for the moment. I'm not going to be too concerned about that right now. We need to get these European... Ooh, they're nuking over here, and they're definitely pressing into France. Okay. So that is absolutely understood. I'm going to take this unit here, which is currently assigned to Coast Guard France, and we're going to tell them, come front line over here. These aren't high-quality troops, right? So I don't necessarily expect a lot there, but I'm going to tell them to offensive line to, like, there or so. And they can get going on that. But this isn't a lot of troops. They're not great troops either. For the time being, we're just going to shuffle them over, and this is mostly to try to stop the bleeding over here. Okay, so that looks good. Over on the Prussian side, we're continuing to push in nicely. The Prussian capital is down here currently, Breslau. Okay. I'm wondering how close Prussia is to capitulation. 23%? Okay, noted. So that's absolutely understood. We've got forces on the way over here, and they'll help hold this off. Our Marines are on the way as well, but I don't have a lot of hope on that one. So we just need to get into position here. I also am thinking right now that we should pull one of our divisions of infantry over here. Oh, this became awkward. Indeed it did. This certainly became awkward. Okay, so this division of infantry I'm going to remove, and we're going to instead move them over here. It's going to take them a long time to get there, and hang on, those are tanks. Never mind. Never mind. No, the tanks are still coming here. I definitely want the tanks here. I wanted a unit of infantry pulled off of here. So for now, we'll just have the tanks do something like that. Okay, they can get going on that. Next up, what I want is one of these guys. So this is 18 and 20 divisions. Okay, these guys are going to be removed, and they are going to be moved over this way. Again, it will take them a while to get there, but I want to stem that bleeding. So that's fine, but we're going to need to grab this, not this unit, this unit, and we're going to need to split them up a little bit. I'm going to grab 3 units here. They're going to be frontlining here. Then I'm going to grab 3 units here. They're going to be frontlining here. These didn't actually get assigned. Okay, there we go. So that'll be okay. And these apparently did not get assigned to this order. Okay, we need to select all and assign all of these over. No, I don't want to reassign them there. There we go. Assign all of them over. Perfect. So that's fine. We will hopefully stop the bleeding here. And over this way, we're about to take the Prussian capital here. Yes, the Prussian capital is falling. It's not even being defended right now. Beautiful. So we're going to head in here. No problem. They managed to get a defender there. And we've kicked the defender out. How long until we arrive here? Okay, so the Prussian capital has fallen. Prussia is now 89% towards capitulation. Beautiful. So we're going to continue to work our way through here. Prussia will fall relatively soon. Now, this is not great, right? We're aware of this. Definitely. This front is not fantastic. We may need to bring these guys up as well. And in fact, I'm going to do it. We're going to bring them up in a purely defensive capacity. So their goal is to make their way up and just defend. Now, these are really supposed to be army groups because of the number of them, but we have no leadership there anyway, so it's probably reasonably fine. There's a few Prussian units over here that are going to get stack wiped. And then these units are all going to get redeployed, and that's absolutely fine. So this is all looking good. Nassau has capitulated. That's a setback for Carpetania, allegedly. Yeah, we're not surprised that this is happening in Germany. We just kind of abandoned Germany and kind of Africa as well, but we are making some progress now in Africa. So that looks reasonably good. These guys aren't advancing, I think, due to lack of supply. Yeah, there's no connection here. Okay, we're going to connect that up over this way. And now there's a connection to supplies up here. We should probably make sure that this is, you know, maxed out to some degree to these supply hubs. So something along the lines of that should be absolutely fine. Okay, so this is definitely a big war, no doubt about it, but I feel like it's going pretty okay. We're going to get this Prussian pocket eliminated. It is now gone-ish. They're retreating into it, but now it's gone. Beautiful. British Raj decrypted our ciphers. Hilarious. Lithuania took all of that territory, which was intriguing. Okay, so we're going to push through over here. And Prussia is going to be under control very shortly. Now, there's almost certainly naval invasions and such going on. That is reasonably fine. What is less fine, of course, is this situation. And we're just trying to get a holding pattern here, primarily, while we deal with Prussia. And we're going to push through Germany from this side. These guys over here are just chilling. That's absolutely okay. Cool. So it looks to me like Prussia is basically done. There's very little that they can do now. I want to check in at supply situations here. Okay. What are railroad levels? Pretty decent. This one could be upgraded. We'll have supply nodes switching over fairly soon. And we just need to actually launch these attacks, right? So that looks absolutely fine. This is a little bit problematic up here. I'm going to send 3 units up to go deal with that, because that definitely needs to get dealt with. Get up there, tanks. So the tanks will get in there soon enough, and we should be able to push these guys out of here, in theory, without any particular problem. I say as we're losing this. Okay, this is due to lack of supply. We just need to get these converted over, right? These are currently... There's currently no supply connection from Capital. Oh, I see what's going on over here. Okay, so I want these guys to get in here and attack that. And we have no supply connection to Capital because the railroad runs through here. We can fix that. We don't want to have only one passage of railway anyway, so we can do this. Beautiful. So we'll get that underway, and we'll have this taken over as well. So now we should have a railroad connection through Capital. Any moment now. Any moment now. Please stop them. There will be a supply connection any moment at this point. We're getting pushed back because we have no supplies here. Stop it. I want you 3 to be frontlining right up over here. Okay. So there should be supplies from Capital any moment now. Where are they? Why are they not coming in? Why do we not... Oh, we're 7 days away from this railway. Okay, right. So that's going to be a bit problematic for us. But it's only a minor setback. This isn't a huge, huge deal. Okay, we're just going to wait here for a moment. This is going to be 5 days. And I'm not sure when this railroad connection is going to get built. Yeah, this is going to be painful. We have no supplies out over here because of the lack of connection to Capital here. That must be something that they naval invaded, I think. Which is intriguing. But yes, we're going to have a backup for this very soon. It's just the railway goes up very awkwardly. So that's relatively okay for now. 2 days left, and then we'll have a supply flow over here. As long as we hold these hubs, we're okay. So, this is going to convert over now. And now we have supplies out here. Perfect. So now that we have supplies, we will start pushing again. Absolutely no problem. I want to grab these 3 units and tell them just make your way right on up here. Get in there. There's very little they can do to stop us. Now that we have supplies, it's absolutely fine. I do want to make sure that one of these is motorized. That'll be this one. Looks good. Okay, let's check in on... Western Finland has a dangerous naval invasion, huh? Okay. Noted, but for now, I want to check in on Canada. Tanks are beginning to arrive at this front, and that looks relatively good. We want to eliminate this tank unit, though, and get that pushed out of there and unify this front together, ideally. So that'll be fine, and we can also... Oh, a subject may raise their autonomy? Okay, sure. That's not ideal, but it's fine for now. Cool. So, checking in on the Prussian situation here. These guys lack orders. Where are you? Ah, down over here. Okay, I'm thinking about how I want to handle that. For the time being, I think I want to move them somewhere else. Prussia is an interesting option. It'll take them a while to get there, but having a defensive force there would be good. We've already got a lot of units moving in over here, and we seem to have stemmed the bleeding over this way, although these guys are currently all pocketed, and they have no real way to get out. We don't actually care about them, though, so that's actually kind of fine. Okay, so we're still working on this situation. We're pushing through Prussia. Prussia will capitulate fairly soon. They're actually 99% towards capitulation right now. So they're incredibly close to capitulation. These guys need to make their way up here. Get in there. They appear to have forgotten their orders. And their orders are, of course, to hold this. Okay, and I want them to also offensive line like so. So go ahead and get in there. As soon as you're ready, anyway. So that looks good. Prussia has now capitulated. So that is absolutely fantastic. We need to choose these guys. And the question is, well, it's just going to be these areas, right? This is going to go away. Yes. So this is all done. We're going to continue to push through Hanover here. But that looks okay. So we're going to be attacking these guys from the back. It looks like we're mostly holding this line, but definitely not entirely. There's some stack wiping happening here. We are, by the way, at 0 war support, and we should probably do something about that. So let's hop into our decisions. We'll exhort heroism and encourage frugality. And yes, this is rough over here. Absolutely, this is rough. But our forces aren't really working on that, right? They're working up over here, and we're making significant gains up this direction. So that seems absolutely fine. We're also making gains in Australia. I'm wondering what the status is over here. This hub is not built, and that's what's slowing us down there. And then these guys, they're having trouble getting supplies out over here. We may want to build a hub out here as well. I did not put that at the top of the list. Let's move that. There we go. And I want to make sure that this is a top-level railroad here. And here. And here. And that should do the trick. Now, there is a hub here, a naval base specifically. And I'd like to motorize that and get supplies as far as we can. So we'll do something along the lines of that for now. So that looks good. We're going to continue to push through Hanover here, which looks undefended. So that's great. No problem there. There's definitely some naval invasions going on. They're trying to open up more fronts, and we're trying to close fronts, right? So that is reasonably fine. They're definitely still pushing us along here. I want our Marines, which our Marines have a lot of soft attack. I want our Marines to offensive line. Are they already offensive lining here? Army 19? This is Army 15. Okay. So I want them to offensive line somewhere around... offensive line, please. Somewhere around here. Okay, so we're going to get them going on that. They can launch their attacks and see if we can stem the bleeding here at all. But it's fine if they don't. I'm not actually too concerned about the situation in France because the situation in Germany is very good. And we're going to pivot this from a good situation in Germany into attacking the French backline, and that's going to put a lot of pressure onto them. Brunswick has capitulated. That's not shocking. And yeah, this looks absolutely fine. So we're going to get pushed into Hanover here. We're definitely making good headway in. Looks very, very good. So that's okay. We've got this under control. Is there anywhere else where we're having significant issues right now? We're pressing into Canada very slowly, but pressing into Canada nevertheless. And that should be okay. Australia is going pretty slowly as well, but we are making progress here. Lack of supply is the problem there. Out here, I'm not too concerned. India is good. We're making a lot of gains in Africa right now. That's very solid. The real question at this point is, what can we get done to deal with this, right? Well, we'll see what ends up happening. This isn't great, but it's going to be relatively fine. This all became a thing because of Belgium. We just weren't necessarily expecting Belgium to be a thing here, and they were a thing, but that's not a problem. Hanover has capitulated, and that is great. We're just continuing to push on over this way, with this being like a hammer and anvil situation. So that's the idea here, and it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to continue to absolutely hammer our way right on through here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.